Welcome back to Dinner and a Show. I'm Brian.
I'm Tanner.
And since it is February, we thought it'd be great to do some romance movies. So our first one is a wonderful film, Tanner's favorite love story.
It is actually. Alright, put a gun to my head and demand that I just list off just like whatever of my top 10 favorite movies as pop.
What are your top 10 favorite movies?
Stand By Me, Back to the Future, Oregon, Arkansas, To Kill a Mockingbird, Before Sunrise. But yeah, I love Before Sunrise so much. For those who don't know, it stars Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy as a young American man and a young French woman, and they're on a train together. They're heading through Vienna, where he's about to get off. They meet on the train and they have this conversation. They start talking. They get to like each other, and when Ethan Hawke has to get off the train, he proposes that she gets off with him, and they do, and they just spend the rest of the night walking through Vienna. They talk, they get to know each other, and it's just building up to the heartbreaking time when they
have to say
how much he loves when they have to say goodbye, and they just don't know how. They don't know if they're going to see each other again, and it's just
oh man. Well, before we go on any further, which is awesome, we have some dinner, or at least some snacks. I have some Sargento smoked Gouda, not a sponsor.
I have some dessert, chocolate chip cookies.
There we go. Very Gouda. Mm-hmm. But
I'm drinking the physicist.
Not a sponsor. This was my first time watching the movie, of course. Like for those of you who watch our show. Yeah, I apparently don't watch a lot of movies. It looks like it, but
no. To be fair, I think I watch too many movies.
Yeah, he watches too many. Apparently, I watch too few. But no, it's great. I really like this movie. There is hardly any music in this movie. If there is, it's diegetic, and I think it wasn't until like the very end till we heard some music.
There's some music in
for a soundtrack.
There's some music in like the opening credits, so it's just like bookending.
Okay, yeah. So like very few, beginning, and end, hardly anything else.
The rest
if
is
there
just
is, if there is, it's diegetic. It's in the movie.
That's right.
Whether it's a record player or a harpsichord or something like that. A lot of the sound was just the dialogue.
Yeah. And
so the dialogue had to be interesting.
Very well written screenplay. I mean, it's just fantastic. It was written by Richard Linklater, who also directed the film, and Kim Krzan, and actually also Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy themselves actually contributed to rewrites of the scripts to make their dialogue seem more natural, like stuff that they would actually say, stuff that would come out of them. But they weren't credited for that.
I think the editing shows that in a way, because you had a lot of, or the movie had a lot of long shots. Mm-hmm. With these characters. Like, I think the one that stood out to me was on the trolley.
That's right.
I didn't realize that was like a 4 or 5 minute scene of them just talking.
Yeah, and it's like locked right onto them. They had to sell their performances really good here, and I really think they do, especially when it comes to the body language. Like when she puts her hair up, and especially when he is about to move a hair from her face, and he just
pulls it back like a mouse.
Great body language here, and oh my god, I'm sorry, I could just gush about this movie for hours and hours.
It is great, and
I'll let you talk since it's your first time seeing it.
Yeah, I'll just say what my thoughts were, I guess.
Okay.
So I loved the editing. I thought it was great. It was it was a slower paced movie that I'm used to, but I'm not against slow paced movies. They just have to be really good and have to, hold me or get my attention so that I can go through the whole movie. Because if it's just a slow paced movie and I'm not interested in what's going on or the characters involved, then I'm not, going to be watching it. I'd rather watch just a faster paced, mediocre movie, because at least there's stuff going on. But
the stuff they talk about is fascinating.
Yeah, so
they talk about all kinds of things. They talk about philosophies and spiritualism and society, media.
Pretty much what the movie had to sell was how could two people, strangers that just met on a train, fall in love with each other in one night and pretty much be gushing over each other by the time they both have to go their separate ways. And I thought they pulled it off really good.
Oh yeah, totally.
Because they just the conversations that the characters had were very natural, but they were also deep. They were able to talk about personal issues about themselves,
and you feel the attraction blooming in like little moments, which like I said, that scene on the trolley with the body language, and also in the music store where they're listening to a record and they're not they're trying to avoid eye contact. They're a little shy. They're a little awkward, and
in the Ferris wheel scene,
where they kiss for the first time.
Yeah, it was really good, and I thought that the acting was terrific. Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy, sorry, had wonderful chemistry.
Absolutely.
And I could totally understand how they would fall in love by the conversation they had. Yeah. And because towards the end it was kind of sad. You didn't want to see them go.
I know.
I think that's some of where the most powerful stories can be. It's bittersweet because it's sort of realistic. I mean, dude's not gonna stay in Vienna for the rest of his life, or Paris, just to be with this girl. I mean, she's not gonna move to America for him. I mean, they both have lives. They both have to move on. And obviously, there are 2 more movies.
And so that is one of the issues that's tackled in the sequels. Wait till you see them.
So but just standing on its own, the ending made sense because they have to move on with their lives.
Yeah, they just had like the greatest night of their lives. It was just a night of romance, a night of passion, a night of just this sharing connections. That's the best way to describe it. And then at the end, they just have to go back to their own lives, back to their reality. It's going to be difficult. It really is, because this was a special night. I think another film that kind of reminds me of Before Sunrise is probably Lost in Translation with Bill Murray, because like that's also...
I watched it. I've watched it.
Good. Wait, see what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I mean, because the tone was it was a very slow-paced movie as well, and it's about 2 people getting to know each other.
Connections, yeah.
Yeah, throughout a few... now, they had a few days, because they were both in Japan for various reasons.
Right.
Scarlett Johansson's character, her husband, is doing a photography shoot over on one of the islands, and Bill Murray's character is an aging actor who is doing a whiskey commercial.
But both of them are not quite sure why they're here, and so they have to find some sort of, what's the word, solace in each other?
I think so.
Okay.
They're just, yeah. They just don't fit in.
Yeah. But back to Before Sunrise. I could watch these characters in pretty much anything, and that's why I'm glad that there are more movies being made. I think they're going to make a movie with these 2 characters like every 9 years, because this Before Sunset came out like 9 years after this film was released, and then 9 years later was Before Midnight. I think in 2022 there might be like another Before movie.
They're getting older.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we're going to get,
Are they going to be married and old?
Before bingo.
Before bingo. I got a bingo! Give me my money! I'd probably have to give it another viewing, just to make my rating higher. For now, I'm going to give it a really high 5, because I do very much appreciate this movie, but I want to watch it again so I can just have more appreciation. But that was my first take on that. And I know what you're going to get.
You know where I'm going with this. Secret Handshake all the way. This, like I said, this is one of my top 10 favorite movies, easy. I love this movie. I love the characters. I love the script. I love the dialogue. I love the atmosphere. I love the locations. I love how it makes me feel. This is my favorite romance. I am not even kidding. This trumps City Lights. This trumps When Harry Met Sally. This trumps even Ruby Sparks, the film I mentioned in my top 5 underrated films. Ah, God.
My favorite romance film, I would have to say, just for fun, would be either Pride and Prejudice, the 2005 Keira Knightley.
That's a movie I haven't seen.
There you go. A movie I watched that he hasn't. Yes. And I count it as a romance movie, Slumdog Millionaire.
I haven't seen that movie in years. So there you go.
So anyway, those we definitely want to watch this year at least.
Yes.
It'd be a lot of fun if we can't fit it in February.
And we have to watch Before Sunset and Before Midnight.
Oh heck yeah, for sure. To finish the trilogy.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we got for today. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, like our Facebook page, Dinner on a Show, which I will put the link below. I'm Brian.
I'm Tanner.
and we will see you
at
at the movies.